Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always, my co-host,
Just John.
Just John today. Just John today because Hot and Ready is been exhausted.
Cooling off, bro.
He's a cooling off period. Cooling off period, like the month of February was a definite cooling off period for us in our portfolios. And I think what we talked about on today's episode is going to be the framework in order for us to move back up. And I think that what we talked about today was definitely impactful. It definitely opened my eyes, and we got a little bit honest today. So, and what else did we talk about?
We talked about earnings plays, what's going to happen this week. We talked about the stimulus package, which is also coming this week. We talked about, just life, anniversaries, and, just dealing with, just family, right? That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and life.
Exactly. So, with that being said, just follow us on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the post notification bell so you guys get a nice ding, ding, ding every time we drop a new episode. Follow us on all our social media. Also, we still have that contest running for you guys. So if you haven't yet, go to our Instagram page so that you guys can see the post and then follow the instructions. Remember, if you don't follow the instructions, you won't get an entry to the contest. This is pretty big money. $200 worth of Bitcoin. Who says no to that, right? But with that being said, let's get to the episode. Welcome to the Trading Daddies podcast, hosted by yours truly, Nico Reyes, and as always, my hostess with the mostest, pouring Celsiusest.
Just John today.
Just John today? Just John?
Yeah.
What
What's up,
happened?
bro?
Why is it just John?
Huh?
Why is it just John?
Because it's a beautiful Sunday morning, man.
It is a gorgeous day.
I'm not hot and ready right now.
You're not hot and ready?
No, it's just getting the day started.
Like, just so everybody knows, when you guys hear this episode, please, give my man's over here a shout out. It was his anniversary yesterday, so happy anniversary to John and Mrs. John Co.
Mrs. John Co.
Mrs. John Co.
Read the wife.
From the Trading Daddies. And I think that's the reason why his name is just John, because Hot and Ready got kind of like, he used up all his Hot and Ready energy in the past night. Know what I'm saying? That's why now, guys, if you guys are following the odds of John having another kid, we're now upping that to plus 8,000. Oh, negative 8,000. Yeah, minus 8.
What do you mean 8,000?
Minus 8, dude. Minus 8, my guy.
First of all, no one is popping kids this year. Not me. Not me. No way, Jose. Anyways,
also big shout out to my brother-in-law Ferdy, who's actually a friend of the pod. He's having a boy, dude. My sister is having a boy. Kind of exciting stuff.
Oh wow! Congrats.
Yeah, definitely.
Congrats, Ferdy.
I saw the video of him when they announced it, bro. He was super elated. He was super excited.
Yeah.
Like, ear to ear. How did you feel? Because I remember how I felt when I found out that Teddy was a boy. Dude, I was jumping for joy. I couldn't stop.
I was
smiling ear to ear.
Dude, I was super excited, happy at the same time, thankful because I have two girls, Melanie and Emily, and just having a boy, I was like, oh my God, thank goodness, like no more, that's it. And then we had a few close calls. I mean, that's the risk that I'm willing to take.
Ask John about his risk, and he's gonna say none.
Minimum.
Dude, what did you do for your anniversary?
We had a day yesterday. First of all, we had a nice lunch. We went to a local Japanese spot. Yes, there is a Japanese restaurant in Idaho.
Let me ask you this though: that Japanese spot that you went to, the girl that sold you the Kirby, is that the same girl that works there? I just want to make sure that there's other Asians.
You know what? She looked Japanese herself. So
She probably owned that restaurant, dude.
probably her part-time job is probably at the hibachi spot. But anyway,
Oh, it's a hibachi spot.
yeah, it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
It's just it's so weird to see other Asians out here. So, um, but
Well, I
anyways,
mean, well,
so
you know,
my
something funny though.
huh?
When I was living in Denver, my sister and I were the only two Asian kids
I
in
bet.
that school. In that school,
I bet.
right? Shout out to Little Elementary in our out in Arvada, Colorado. We were the only two Asian kids in
Really?
that school. I spoke perfect English, by the way, perfect English, and they still stuck me in ESL.
It's your skin color, bro.
Bro,
It's your skin color.
you want to hear? You want to hear how I? All right, so fifth grade was, I think, if anything, fifth grade is where I peaked. That is the peak of my life. Hear me out. Hear me out.
How is that the peak of your life? If
Peak of my life, dude. Peak of my life. All right. So I was a very talented child, extremely talented, in my opinion. Not to toot my own horn here, right? But in fifth grade, I had a wonderful singing voice.
you
Right?
sang
Dude, I sang. I was in the choir.
like church,
Nah, no. School choir.
what would you sing?
I mean, it was a school choir. Like it was in grade school. After school, you could join the choir. It was like a club.
Okay, go ahead.
Right? I was in the school choir. I was like going steady with one of the cutest girls in school.
Okay.
Right? And then I was the school vice president.
What?
Yeah.
They let a
They let an Asian kid
they let an
become
Asian
vice
kid
president.
become one of the board members.
Right? Had pretty cool grades. On top of that, they still stuck me in ESL.
Did you tell the teacher, hey, I'm the vice president of this school? You gonna stick me to ESL?
They stuck me in ESL still. I was dude, I had so like and like pageant like every year they would throw this concert for fourth, fifth, and sixth graders.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I had a pretty nice leading. I had a solo in there.
You had the
I had a pretty
spotlight.
good solo.
Yeah, the
Pretty
spotlight.
good solo.
Yeah.
And they still stuck me in ESL. I sang for
Did you tell the teacher that you were in a spotlight and you had a
I
solo?
was. Dude, the teachers knew. And they still stuck me in ESL.
It's messed up, bro. What school is this?
John R. Little Elementary in Arvada, Colorado.
All right. I'm gonna go in there and be like,
So, so you know when I started my current job, my 9 to they had us do training in Denver, but yeah, I had really fond memories of Denver, and I really do love that city. I love that state. Colorado's amazing, dude. It's beautiful stuff. Like you know how you walk outside and it smells like good air.
oh yeah.
That's what it smells like.
All right. No offense. Okay. Well, one of the things that I that kind of turned me off living in the Bay Area. I lived in the Bay Area for 20 years, and then remember I told you, moving out here, the air is just different.
Yeah, it's different.
It's completely the people that that lived in the Bay Area all their lives. They wouldn't know.
Yeah,
The
it's the crisp
country
mountain air. Yeah,
air is just different. It's fresh. It's like it's refreshing.
yeah. You know where? I mean, in your case, you know where east is because if we turn to the east, that's the Rocky Mountains,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For us, when I was living in Denver, you know where west was because that's where the Rocky Mountains were.
Ah,
So directionally, I was fine. Like I knew where west was. As long as I knew where west was, I could get anywhere.
really?
Yeah, dude. I was like, those were amazing times because that was like you could still go outside and like grass like fields. You could play baseball with all your friends. I know we lived in an apartment complex that all the kids pretty much knew each other. There was like a swimming pool that you could go to. There's like a basketball court. Like all the neighborhood kids knew each other.
You didn't have to swim in a different pool, right?
Oh no.
Anyways,
I got to swim in the same pool as the non-Asian. I mean again, when I was swimming in that pool, I was the only Asian kid in that pool. Also, I couldn't go to the deep end because
That's right. You don't know how to swim.
because I don't know how to swim. So I was like, so I would go to I would go to swim, right? I would swim, and then the kids were like, "Come on, let's go to the deep end," and I'm like, I don't want to go to the deep end. I'm gonna drown." And they're like, "Uh oh, somebody doesn't know how to swim. What a weenie!" So I got ridiculed as a kid for not being know how to swim. But yes, we were all allowed to be in the same pool, not segregated. We weren't
Okay.
segregated, John.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know Colorado. The only thing I know about Colorado, I don't know if I'm changing the subject here. Going back to my anniversary, please, 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 for the love of God, like spend time with your loved ones, spend time with your kids, spend time with your family. The reason being is that last week there was an incident with Boeing. A plane from I think was it Denver to Honolulu?
It was yeah,
Yeah.
it was
And
a
dude, it,
Honolulu
it
flight.
was on the news. I saw the clip. Someone took a clip
Mm-hmm.
of the burning engine,
Mm-hmm.
and then one of the covers, I guess, fell on someone's front yard. Luckily, no one was hurt. Thank God. Like no
Good.
one was hurt.
Yeah,
The,
they landed safely, which is amazing.
yeah, United Airlines was able to make a U-turn and land the plane back safely. With all the people in it. But yeah, life's short. Yesterday, which is a blessing. It was me and my wife's 5-year wedding anniversary. Just dude went by quick, and I felt
Mm-hmm.
like I can still remember the day that we were married, the exact time, where it was, who was around us, all the families, relatives, friends. Gabe was there, Gabe and Kat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember we played roulette up until like 7 in the morning, and I was getting married at 1.
Well, I don't have the patience to play roulette till 7 in the morning.
Oh, we came up.
I don't
We came up.
I
We
don't know
came up a
how to.
lot. Yeah. Yeah. We came up a lot.
I don't know how to bet roulette properly.
Yeah, it's fun. Again, the bet is still on, ladies and gentlemen. Palantir, PLTR. If it hits, it's gonna hit 50. Okay, no matter what. Like no matter what
Mm-hmm.
you say this year, it's gonna hit 50. Once it hits 50, I'm gonna take 2 people with me to Vegas, rooms and air flights,
Room and board. What about
paid.
this? What about this? How about this? Right? How about this? If it ever hits, let's shave it off from 50 because my price target for Palantir this year is roughly around 70 to 80.
I'm being conservative, bro.
I know you're being conservative. I
Yeah.
know, but we're still only in February, my guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of like rocky,
It's
events.
gonna be choppy. It's gonna be a big chop fest, right? Let's say
Yeah.
this: if it ever hits 70, right? If it ever hits 70, I'm pretty sure by 70, COVID's over. I mean, we take 3 people to go on a Trading Daddies Vegas trip, like a DaddyCon 2022.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
What do
saying?
you
I
mean
think
2022? You mean 2021 by like December,
I don't know about December. I'm not just trying to go to Vegas in December. I don't
a Daddy Con?
like DaddyCon
Oh my
2020.
goodness. That just
Assuming we're gonna get to a level where like we're there where we could start a convention.
right? A Trading Daddies convention in Vegas? Dude, how sick is that?
DaddyCon 2022.
Yeah.
Dude, how was
Um,
your trading week, dog?
dude, my week has been my entire month, and we're gonna talk about it right now. Let's talk about the month of February. February was a very tough month overall. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The reason being is that Treasury yields, the 30, the 10, and the 2, we're creeping up. The reason being is that investors are scared that inflation, and I'm quote unquote inflation is creeping up. Really, like the damage has already been done. We
Mm-hmm.
have another stimulus bill that's we're going to talk about that as well. That's going to be passed, soon. And when they say inflation, dude, you don't really see inflation today. You see it like 10 years from now, 20
Mm-hmm.
years from now. And how do you combat that? You combat that by investing, real estate, whatever, right? As long as you're growing your money. If you let your money sit in the bank, dude, you're losing
Mm-hmm.
2-3%, a year. Um, so investors were scared. That's why they were pulling all of the money out of, growth stocks and putting them into value stocks. Value stocks that pay out dividends. Those are your defense stocks.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we really didn't see that much of a downward pressure on, like dividend stocks or value stocks. It was mostly the growth stocks like, FANG,
Yeah.
tech stocks. Majority of the tech stocks right now are actually
Down.
oversold.
Way oversold.
So we might actually see a nice rebound for March, and I say this, with a grain of salt, quote unquote, we might, okay, we might, because first of all, we have the big stimulus package that's coming, soon, probably like a couple of weeks, because the House already passed it, and the Senate, cross our fingers, hopefully, the Senate just blows it out of the water and say, you know what, let's pass this tomorrow. But yeah, so really, last month was just, I don't want to say this, but it was ass.
It was butt, dude.
Um,
Last month is butt, and we're still
and
recovering. We're still licking our wounds from last month.
Yeah, my full disclaimer on this one, and I forgot to update my growth account on Discord. I think my growth account right now is at 19,000, so I'm currently down 50% on that account, just in the month of February. Now we're gonna do a recap. What happened? Why did I get a huge drawdown on that account? Is because I wasn't diversified enough. Okay. That's completely my fault. And when it comes to the stock market and trading overall, it's a journey. Really, it's a journey. Okay. You look back and you see where you messed up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You look at where you messed up. I messed up personally. I messed up on not diversifying enough because my main positions were, and check this out. Number one, my biggest position was Tesla, which took like a 20 to 30% dump in the month of February. Okay. My second biggest position was Palantir, which I had to trim. Okay. I had to restart all over again and then redo my positions. Palantir, took what, another 20-30% dump.
Yeah.
Okay. And Neo was my third, biggest position, which follows Tesla. I think that took almost like 30 to 40% dump for the month of February. So it was painful. Okay. But yet again, no one can judge me for what I did in the month of February because it's my money.
Yeah.
Okay. It's my investments. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
made the wrong decisions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for the ones out there who got, demolished in the month of February, dude, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. As long as you go back in the drawing board and you better yourself. You look at where you messed up. Okay? Me, I'm just admitting it to everyone. I messed up because I focus heavily on, those three, Tesla, Neo, and Palantir. Tesla and Neo, that's an EV sector.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Who's the leader of the EV sector? Tesla.
It's Tesla.
All right. So if Tesla dumps, everyone else is going to dump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And look what happened with Neo. Dumped more than Tesla. So that's my fault right there. Diversification. Now, if you look at my growth account, I also have Costco, Walmart, and Lockheed Martin. They didn't take a bigger hit than Tesla, Neo, and Palantir. Okay. So right now I'm gonna be rebuilding this account. We have a lot of things to look forward to. I have a huge watch list,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm going to present to the Discord channel. So if you guys are missing out, if you guys are listening and not on the Discord channel, we highly suggest, trading with a group is so much better because
Mm-hmm.
there's so many eyes on a specific position. And sometimes, someone can see, a different support or a different resistance or a
Mm-hmm.
different price target or an article that we missed, and we can share that to the group, and then we can all win, we can all lose too,
Yeah.
but really, trading with a group gives you an edge of a higher winning percentage because
Mm-hmm.
everyone's focusing on a certain company, a certain stock. So just if you guys are not on the Trading Discord channel, Trading Daddies Discord channel, just hit us up or just go on our website, tradingdaddies.com.
Mhm.
But again, going back to the rebuilding for this month, I have plenty of plays that we can swing because majority of the tech stocks that took a beating, they're actually oversold. And
Way
I'm
oversold.
actually, confident that we might see a rebound, and it's like perfect timing because the stimulus package is coming. And
Hmm.
it's like, like was this all timed? Like was this all like it was just the right timing, right?
No, yeah, it's definitely the right timing, in my
It just
opinion.
makes me question it.
No, I don't think we foresaw the downtrend. We didn't really,
We
nor
didn't.
did we plan for it,
And
right?
and and here, I'm sorry to interrupt. See, that was my fault too. Okay. I told myself, I'm gonna swing all of these positions, right? And I was looking at the charts. Charts don't lie, seriously. Like,
Mhm.
make sure if you see a stock that, it's gonna come down, don't lie to yourself.
Mhm.
Okay? Don't lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself that, dude, it's gonna come back up. If the chart's telling you that it's gonna come down, dude, it's gonna come down.
Mhm.
And we saw that with Tesla. I saw that in Palantir, obviously in Neo as well. In Tesla, Tesla's a different beast, okay? There
Mhm.
were really no good news. I don't know why they shut down. To this day, they haven't
Well,
answered why they shut down.
chip shortage.
Huh?
Chip shortage.
Chip short. Okay, yeah, everyone got affected on that chip shortage.
Mhm.
Um, but Tesla shut down their Fremont facility for 2 weeks. I guess they're on
Mhm.
vacation
They're on
for two
vacay.
weeks. They're going to be back this week, right?
March something. I think so. I think so.
Yeah. So expect that to be good news. That could lift Tesla. Once they announce, oh, we're back in business, we're going to ramp up production. But they also mentioned that shutting down for 2 weeks won't affect their quarterly numbers. We might see. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I think they're still
I
pumping
think it
numbers. I
will.
mean, like, dude, I'm driving on the freeway. I see like like 3 to 4 trucks that are carrying Teslas.
Insane, bro. Like,
They're
oh,
delivering.
over here, you rarely see Teslas because, they all want, all-wheel drives and trucks. But back in the Bay Area, dude, every single lane, there's a Tesla.
At least,
At
at the
least.
very least.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
And I think what the case is for Tesla is the mistake that we made with Tesla is we didn't expect the downtrend.
Yeah.
And traditionally what happens, especially with the way that we trade, is if we buy something and we see a downtrend, right? Our idea is to dollar cost average. But we got to a point where dollar cost averaging wasn't working anymore. It wasn't working at all, and we're still trying. We're biting the bullet on this, and we're still holding these calls, right? And there's some game planning that needs to happen. I think it was definitely the timing as well as not foreseeing the bad news,
Yeah.
right? So again, we're not perfect.
Yeah.
We're not perfect. We do make a lot of mistakes, and that's the reason why we tell you guys this on the podcast, and we tell you guys this on the Discord. There's certain days that we're just not having a straight up good time. We're just we're sitting on our hands, right? But I think as traders, right, we need to admit these mistakes. We need to admit these mistakes, write them down, and game plan for the next day. Because if we don't, we're gonna keep making the same mistakes over and
Hmm.
over again, and you're gonna get discouraged.
Yeah.
Right. In the case of Tesla, I mean, in the case of this month in general, I mean, I'm so heavy Palantir that I'm like looking at trimming a couple. I need to trim in order for me to roll my options over for Tesla because I do believe that Tesla's going to be on the upswing in the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's there. It's
And
it's coming.
and let me add on to that. So, if you're holding on to losers, which I did for the past, 3 to 4 weeks, you're missing out on, other opportunities.
Hmm.
Okay, so here, I'm gonna give you an example. So, for example, when I cut Palantir in one of my accounts, I was able to free up capital. And for the entire week, obviously, I think Tuesday was one of the worst down days, in the past 4 months. Thursday was one as well. When I freed up capital, I was able to look into other trades. So, for example,
Mhm.
I caught, Fisker FSR.
Which is a good trade, by the
That
way.
one was a really good trade because,
It's still undervalued.
yeah.
It's still way undervalued.
So, yes, even though it's an EV sector, they just released, decent earnings. On top of that, they put up some good news. The CEO was on Mad Money, and he was being interviewed by Jim Cramer, and that kind of gave him, some free exposure, some free publicity. So I was able to hop in on some shares and some calls. And guess what? The following day it ran 30 something percent. Okay. So I was able to make what, like about 2, 3 grand off of that trade. Now, here's the thing though. If I was holding on to my losers still, I would have missed out on that opportunity. You know,
Mhm.
my account would have been down even more. Okay. So the lesson learned on this one is that, if there's no recovery on a chart, leave it. Just cut it. That means your emotions took over the best of you, right? And then what I changed on that one, I game planned it on where I cut my losers and I hopped on a fresh new trade. And man, it feels so good. It feels so good to actually see, green again. And that
Yeah,
kind of
it
that
does.
kind of lifts your morale too.
It does. It really
It
does.
it
When
lifts
you
your
see them,
morale, and then it makes you push even harder. Because once you're holding on to losers, dude, it beats you up every single day.
it
It beats
does.
you up, and then on top of that, everything around you like gets affected because, sometimes you take it personally, and sometimes your emotions gets the better of you, right? And then you start making other mistakes, like just the stock market is just a blessing because you can start all over again and then start fresh, the following day. So
And
just
it's really
just
entirely,
keep that in mind.
yeah, it's really entirely up to you, right? Like
Yeah.
if you again, all of all of the stock market is a lot of preparation, a lot of prep work, and a lot of looking at the charts, a lot of doing your own digging and doing your own research, and the 10% is executing it. And if you miss on that play, know that this is not the end of the world. There's so many companies that are traded on the public market, and a lot of stocks are pretty much the same in terms of charting. They follow each other in terms of the chart. Some may lag, some may not. But as long as you're within your parameters of that trade, $1 billion market cap, right? Solid company with great statistics. There's good news going for the company, right? You're not trading some not like some no name. You're not hyper speculative, right? Remember that you're trying to grow safely, and if you don't do your DD, your due diligence, we'll say that a lot, moving forward on this podcast. If you don't do your DD, right, expect you to lose some money.
I do want to talk about briefly what happened with the meme stocks, GameStop and AMC. So, like what we spoke about last episode, I did not foresee, a bigger pump on this one, which we were right because,
Mhm.
first of all, if you've seen this like so many times, in your trading career, the first initial pump is usually the biggest.
Mhm.
The second pump is somewhat like it's like all right, it's not even a
Meh.
pump. Normally, it's 50%,
Of the
of,
old
of,
pump.
of the first. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's 50% smaller. Okay, and that's what happened. AMC kind of like gave up.
Yeah.
GameStop kind of gave up because a lot of people are stuck from the initial pump, so they're just trying to break even or get some money
Mhm.
back. That's why
Get
there
some
were
money
more
back.
sellers this round, And
Oh yeah.
that's the mentality of, every time you see a pump like that, dude, don't expect that, that thing's gonna moon or that thing's gonna break the
Hmm.
previous highs. It's not, because a lot of people got stuck on the first initial pump.
Hmm. Hmm.
So just
Hmm.
remember, if you see that pattern again, don't expect the moon.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
don't expect the moon. The moon's you'll probably get the atmosphere, but not the moon. Don't expect that. You're not gonna go to Mars anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I think this month has really taught me a lot already. And again, we joke about this a lot on this podcast. Like, we don't believe in diversification, but we really do. We really do believe in diversification. We
That,
have,
that, that taught me a huge lesson this month. And I'm gonna be frank with you. My dividend account, all right, my dividend account actually, like, it took a beating because I had some Palantir in there as well. It was just a Palantir, trade that really got to me. But my other stocks, like all my dividend stocks, like, they held.
oh yeah, they're gonna hold. They're gonna hold.
They
And
held.
for the people who are like very very fitting that I'm wearing my Palantir HODL shirt, my hat. I mean, for those who are asking about what the hell's going on with Palantir, this is exactly what's happening with Palantir. The lockup period expired, right? We expected on that day, on that specific day that it expired, we expected more of a downtrend, right? But it didn't happen because a lot of the smart investors, i.e., the big money, they're holding on to their shares, trying to see if they could see more uptick. And it did happen. It ticked up, right? And they started offloading their shares. Mind you, if you look at the filings, for these big players, Peter Thiel, the COO of Palantir, they really only offloaded 3 to 5% of their shares. That's it.
And that's common. That's
That's
normal.
normal.
That's normal because, dude, a lot of, like, big leadership names, like, they offload to pay bills, to pay taxes, to pay a lot of things. They live a
Yeah.
fancy life. I mean, they're not gonna sell, 1,000 shares here, 1,000 shares there. Dude, they're gonna sell millions because they own
They're gonna sell
millions.
millions,
Yeah.
and that's just a small portion of their holdings. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's not like they're closing out their position, and we have to get away from this idea that, oh my God, he's selling shares, the
Yeah.
company's trash. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's really not. They're just they have bills just like you and I do. Granted, their bills are higher than most, right? But they need to cover some of what they pay for on the daily, right? And if that scares you, then don't take the trade.
Yeah.
Don't hold the stock. And just to give you an idea, the almighty Mama Woods, God bless her, the almighty Mama Woods bought 3 million more
Friday. Yeah.
Friday afternoon.
So how many shares does ARK have now?
13 mil.
13 mil.
And that's not just one fund, right? You remember how ARK has multiple funds? It has
Mm-hmm.
ARK G, ARK
ARK
F, ARK
J, ARK
W, ARK
W.
X.
Yep.
They have so many different ETFs that they sprinkle Palantir all around because it's not just a data company; it's an AI play. Remember that partnership with IBM, right? What else? They're in defense. This could go towards, they might announce a NASA contract pretty soon, and once they do, that's going to go into the ARK X, the ARK X portfolio. So there's so many things that they're doing that ARK really likes. That's why they're so bullish on it. And in my opinion, I mean, you could trim here and there, yeah, perfect, because you need to diversify and you need to trim in order for you to start making up ground. But ultimately, keep that core position that you have. So, in my opinion, my plan is I'm still holding on to 3 leaps, right? 3 leaps and 700 shares. I'm gonna cut 200 shares. I'm gonna add to my leaps. Add some calls to my leaps, and then use the rest of the money to roll over some Tesla and then start building it back again. Because I did take a 50% hit, just like John. It's a
Yeah, because
50% haircut.
our account's the same. If I'm going down, you're going down with me.
apes strong together.
Weren't that strong.
So when John and I took this trade for Tesla, it's hella funny. John sends me a meme or a gif of some girl slipping from
A balcony.
the porch,
Yeah.
and then drags drags her dude with her. And I'm like, John, that's you and me on Tesla, ape strong together.
Man, what a trip it was, the month
Dude,
of February.
this is a journey that we've been on. This is amazing. Actually, I mean, it's always a teaching lesson. It's always a learning experience.
Yeah.
The first learning experience I ever had with John was Walmart. He was like, "Hey, long Walmart." I'm like, "All right." So we got into Walmart, and Walmart was dipping, dipping, dipping. I didn't know dollar cost averaging then, and I'm like, "John, I can't take this. I'm not gonna take this." And then I sold, and then John texts me. He's like, 3 minutes later, dude, it's running, and I'm like, God. Oh man, we have so many things to cover for this week. This is going to be a very busy week for us. Earnings this week, it's just a bananas schedule.
Yep. Let's go
Bananas
through it right
schedule.
now.
We're going
Yeah.
to go through it day by day, guys. Day by day for earnings. Do you have it up right now?
Yeah.
All right. For Monday, what are we looking at for
I want
Monday?
to talk about Berkshire Hathaway. So,
Ooh, the Buffett.
yeah, so the Mr. Warren Buffett, legendary investor, he's actually buying more shares, okay? He's
For
buying,
Berkshire?
yep, he's buying back Berkshire Hathaway shares. I think,
And that's like $300,000 a share, right?
yeah. I think he's putting in, I think 20 billion. Don't quote me now. It might be million or billion. It's
Good
probably
Lord.
billion. But anyways, his famous quote, okay, is don't bet against America. Don't bet against US stocks. So he's actually bullish. He's buying more shares. And if you look at Berkshire Hathaway, it's basically an ETF that controls a lot of companies, okay, under its umbrella. You just got to do your research what companies are under, that company, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if he's bullish on US stocks, shit, I am too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look into Workhorse. They report earnings before open tomorrow. God, that sucks for Workhorse.
You know what's interesting
They're
about
done.
Workhorse?
Yeah.
Kathy keeps buying.
Huh?
Kathy keeps buying.
Which I don't understand. They don't have
I don't
anything going
understand
on.
that play. I don't believe in Workhorse at all, but she keeps buying. Is she seeing something that we're not?
I don't know.
She for sure sees something that we don't. I mean, come on. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm really liking here is Mercado Libre.
That's the Amazon
That's the Amazon of South
of South
America.
America. Yeah.
Yeah, Mercado Libre. I do like it. I think they don't have that many. I mean, they have competitors, but they're not publicly traded, in my opinion. Not that I know of, at least. But Mercado Libre is a strong stock. Lemonade is a good one too. Clover. I am very bullish on Clover. Zoom. I don't know. What do you think about Zoom?
Zoom hasn't really made, any traction in this market because they kind of like, I don't know, they haven't really released many news at all.
This is where this is kind of like this is where I'm kind of like cautious, right? Cautious. Hear me out. Who else is reporting tomorrow afternoon? Neo, Zoom, Lemonade.
Dude, Neo's gonna be huge.
Neo's going to be huge.
Just cross our fingers, like they say that sales are up,
Mm-hmm.
production is up,
Yeah.
this fiscal year is like they're gonna exceed it. Just cross our fingers that, God, I just want Neo to be back in the 60s.
I know. For the day traders, however, if you are looking into a position for Neo for the day traders, I would highly suggest going in on Neo and not holding through earnings.
Dude, that's so tough because I have to hold my Neo.
I mean, if you're a day,
Yeah,
if
I
you're
trimmed it.
swinging it, yeah, if you're swinging, you should be fine,
Yeah,
right? Because you're long holding. But if you're a day trader and you're in and out of positions quickly, I wouldn't hold this through earnings. I'm
no,
just saying, I don't believe. I'm starting to get to that point in my trading career that I don't want to hold anything through earnings anymore.
oh God, no, don't. It's
Right?
it's a crapshoot.
Always hold it until it reports, because usually what happens, again, the pre-anticipatory run to earnings is amazing, right? And then if earnings hit, there's going to be a lot of people taking money off the top. They're probably going to see some downward pressure. And it's like, I think earnings are the greatest equalizer for everybody
Mm-hmm.
because it either gives you a buying opportunity or your positions run if you're long term holding. Um, what else is on this for Tuesday? Target.
Dude, Target's on its hair.
Target's solid. I like Target.
Hey, did you hear about that shooting in Antioch
The
Target?
Antioch. Yeah,
Dude, I used to shop there, man.
I do too.
Come
I
on,
do
man.
too.
Like,
I like that Target. That Target's huge.
yeah. And
That's a very
dude,
big Target.
I used to shop there all the time, bring my kids, and then it was actually a robbery and a shooting.
Oh, a double whammy.
Yeah, dude, that's scary.
That is very scary. That is very scary. I hope. I mean, somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. That's rough. That's rough. We also have Kohl's that is reporting.
You know, man, we missed out on retail because
You do.
we didn't believe in it. We didn't believe in the rebound, but out here where I live, man, they love the big, box retail. It's like Kohl's. Man, it's always
Oh yeah.
packed over there. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Kohl's. I like walking into Kohl's because it smells like it reminds me of my childhood.
It reminds me of Macy's in the glory days.
Or Mervin's. You remember Mervin's?
Urbans.
Remember Mervin's? I remember Mervin's. I used to hate going to Mervin's. What else? AutoZone, which is great. I mean,
That was a pandemic play.
that was
It
definitely a
might still
pandemic.
be, yeah.
Surprisingly,
Huh?
surprising pandemic play.
It's weird because when everything was shut down, everyone was going to AutoZone,
Yeah, right. Like
fixing
people
up their
really wanted to
cars.
shop at AutoZone.
Yeah,
Like they needed to upgrade their cars.
right. You're not going anywhere, but let's fix my car. Let's dress up the car, even though we're not going to go anywhere.
Hey, but you know what? We have like our cars are going to be like amazing because everybody's trying to fix all of that
I
stuff.
know, right?
Fubo TV.
Dude, Fubo is very speculative.
I know. I'd rather not.
Just be
I'm not going to touch that.
careful. Be careful with that one because a lot of chat rooms have been pumping that one, but
Oh
uh,
yeah.
I don't believe in it.
I don't think now is not the time to be stupid with our money. Now is a time
Yeah,
where
you want to be picky, like super picky with your
you
trade.
really want to be selective. Yeah, you really want to be selective with their plays. You really have to take a look at all the charts and make sure that they're primed for a move up. And I think we need to. I mean, if you're following the SPY, I'm hoping that the futures run tomorrow. Oh, today later, so that we can potentially get a nice bounce from the SPY. But the SPY is turning a little bearish, and it's been bearish for the past 3 weeks. But remember, we're only 4% down from the highs, so we're testing a certain level here. We should be fine. Big Five. What do you think about Big Five?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I was just at Big Five like last couple weeks. It's empty, bro.
It is empty.
That's
Nordstrom.
hell no.
Yeah. Do you think Nordstrom has like an online presence?
No,
No.
I doubt it. Why?
Hmm.
If you're buying a nice brand,
Yeah.
would you really look into Nordstrom.com? No.
No, that's the last thing. Nordstrom Rack though. I like Nordstrom Rack. Don't get me wrong. I like Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack's nice. I hop on Nordstrom Rack. So for Wednesday, Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree is going to be huge. Their main competitor is Dollar General. But really, if you're trying to get into retail, own both.
Yeah, on both.
Yeah.
On both. On both. I like that. For another thing for Wednesday, Snowflake.
Snowflake's going to be huge.
Snowflake's gonna be big.
You can actually, if you're following Snowflake, for some reason, Palantir gets affected
Hmm.
when it comes to Snowflake moving because it's a bigger company. It's bigger than Palantir, but they're in data as well, IT data. Just keep an eye on that one. I like to trade Snow, but right now I'm trying to stay away from it.
I used to like trading Snow.
Y- Yeah, that too. What kind of snow you're trading? What kind of snow are you trading?
Let's not talk about.
If you want to talk about snow, it's snowing right now, but I
No,
don't
no,
know
no,
what kind of snow
different
you're
Snow.
talking about.
Like some of that Bogota bullion.
Check this out. Splunk.
Splunk.
Splunk
Yes.
is actually on one of my lists of stocks that I want to long because it's oversold. It's beat up. Now it's hovering around in the 140s. If you liked it in the 160s, dude, I even love it in the 140s.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about Vroom specifically because we just traded in one of our cars, and this is actually a weird. It's our first time buying a car online.
How is that experience, by the
Dude,
way?
it's
Did you use
it's
Vroom?
it's seamless. Yeah, dude,
Did
it's
you
it's
use
it's
Vroom?
awesome because my wife was just, at Toyota not too long ago. Dude, she spent the entire day and nothing got done.
I hate that. I hate going to dealerships,
Don't you
dude.
just love that? When you go to a dealership, you look for a specific car online, you're like, I like this car, but they give you something else.
Yeah, and I think the whole car buying process
It's
is
stupid.
it's oh my god, it's
Especially if you're
so
in a
slow.
dealership. It's so
Yeah,
dumb.
and I don't understand it too. I want to like there are I'm pretty sure there's some people that listen to us that are car dealers or car salesmen.
Yeah.
I'd like to pick your brains as to why it takes so long for the process to go through. Because I remember like my wife and I, we leased a car and we didn't even buy a
Mhm.
car. We leased a car. And that process took about like seven, like not seven. I'm not. That's
All
over
day.
exaggerating. Probably like 4 to 5 hours
All day.
all day from start to finish. Like why? Why does it need to be 4 to 5 hours?
Like, as a salesman, wouldn't you want to, get people in and out as soon as possible,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So you create more
It
sales
doesn't make
opportunity.
sense. Yeah, and it takes forever. Like from the moment that we get there, we're sitting in a room and they're asking for information. You have to give them all your information, right? You have to. And you're giving them all your information. They have to run it through a computer
Yep.
5 million times, and then they come to you and say, "Oh, this is what we can do for you."
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like what you can do for me. What about trying to make sure that you sell me this vehicle, right? But I think with the advent of Carvana,
Yeah.
with Vroom, it's fairly seamless. Like, how is that experience for
Dude,
you?
it
Like
was
from start to finish.
it was crazy because we started this transaction, I think 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago.
Mhm.
We first went to a dealership. That was a bust. We're like, we're not going here again. And again, I spoke my reasoning. Going to a dealership, it's just a waste of time, right?
Yeah.
And then, like what you said, it takes about 5 hours, which is about normal, and I don't understand why, right? But in Vroom, you actually talk to a specialist, right? Just on the phone, or you can even text them, and they guide you through the entire process. And if you're talking to one person, you're going to be with them for the entire process, which is cool because you're not getting passed around, and you're not doing the runaround, every single time you talk to a representative. I'm not sure if for Carvana and other cars.com or whatever, if it's different. But for Vroom, you stick to one person from start to finish,
Hmm.
which is cool because they know your name, they know your situation, they know all your numbers, they know your story, why you're getting this car, and they don't do a runaround of, oh, well, I have this car right here. Well, I have this model right here. It's somewhat similar. No, if you pick a specific car, they're gonna work with you from start to finish. If it falls through, it falls through, right? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But we were able to do the transaction, everything really online, like transfer money, like emailing them the titles, the registration, the whatever, right? And they're gonna deliver the car here and then pick up our old car because we're trying to downsize. We went from three big cars, like three SUVs, to just sticking to just one,
Hmm.
right? Because we don't go anywhere,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, dude, it's gonna save me like tons of money. But going back to Vroom, I believe in the company, and I think it's a small market share right now of what
Hmm.
they're taking because there's still dealerships out there,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think eventually they're going to be obsolete. Like it sucks because eventually technology is going to take over, and
Hmm.
people can just buy cars online.
One thing that I do value though, when it comes to dealerships, is the service center.
Yeah.
The service center. I mean, I had a Hyundai,
Hmm.
right? I had a Hyundai, and then the Hyundai dealership in like Colma. by the mall,
Hmm.
that shut down. So I had to, like, in order for me to get my car serviced, I needed to drive all the way to Concord.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's either Concord or San Leandro, and I'm not gonna go to San Leandro.
San Leandro is ghetto.
Right. San
I've
Leandro.
had my fair
So
share in San Leandro.
driving all the way to Concord just to get my oil change, and then I have to sit there for like 4 or 5 hours while they're getting that done.
Yeah.
And if you don't have an appointment, you're walking. You know what I mean? That's just a pain in the butt. So we decided to, like, not have a Hyundai anymore until they open up a new dealership close to us, because I'm not going to be making that drive anytime soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for as a consumer, you want to have that peace of mind that your car is being taken care of. So I think the dealership part of it, that could definitely dwindle down, right? Or they could condense it, like have the. I mean, some companies do already, but they have more smaller inventory. Or the way that they could be smarter here is they could integrate these companies into their sales system, so that way they have their inventory being, processed by Vroom or whatever. There has to be some partnership there for you to move forward. And I think, is CarMax doing that?
You know, I actually like CarMax. I had a great experience because I sold
Yeah.
one of my cars there. I had my Beamer. I sold them, and they offered me cash straight up, in like 10 minutes.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, it was pretty cool. It was super easy. So I believe in CarMax, but again, I feel like they're another dealership, a box
They are.
dealership. Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
And I drive by the CarMax, like, going to like Costco or whatever.
Mhm.
That lot is always full.
Yeah, man.
Like, how are you selling cars in the pandemic?
Tons of inventory.
Right? I see so many Hellcats.
Yeah,
Dude, so many Hellcats. What's going on with Hellcats?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so back to some of the earnings plays.
Okta.
Okta. What do you feel about Okta, dude?
So actually, if you look at Okta, DocuSign, Workday, and Salesforce, those are the big four cloud companies. And I always
Wait,
call
what
them cloud
is
because they're all based in San Francisco. Um, Man, I love Okta, first of all.
and you know who might be surprising?
Uh,
Trip.com.
Trip.com is actually hitting all-time highs.
It's gonna be surprising. That's gonna surprise us.
Hey, reopenings.
The reopening stocks. Yeah, that's definitely the
Yep.
reopening stocks, right? But with that being said, do you have anything else to add to these earnings plays? Any word of advice or cautionary tales, so the people could
Again,
be more equipped?
so for the month of March, it's all about rebuilding. It's all about, being specific with your trades, being picky with your trades. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade, less equals more again.
Hmm.
Because my what I messed up on, at the end of January was I was over trading, and then February I kind of got stuck with my swings, which really didn't work out. So this month I'm gonna switch it up and just trade, probably like one to two tickers, maybe a day or a week,
Hmm.
and then take it from there.
Yeah,
And
I think for me it's going to be position sizing as well. Not again, just stop chasing the runners. You're not gonna be successful chasing the runners. But we do have some big news. That's on the horizon. As we mentioned earlier, the stimmy is coming.
yeah,
The stimmy is coming. So for those who don't know, right? I'm trying to pull up my stimming here.
pass the house quick.
Oh yeah, right.
That Friday.
Yeah. 2021 stimulus. So right now, currently, the stimmy actually has $1,400 individually.
Hmm.
Right. That's going to be good news. It's going to be that's going to flood the market for sure. Right. The $15 minimum wage is in the bill that got passed through the House. We don't know if that's actually going to be passing through the Senate, because we know that there's some haters in the Senate. Right. But I feel like $15 minimum. That's, dude. That should be like a right. Like, that should be a basic right.
And you know what sucks is that if people are talking about inflation and they don't raise, wages,
Exactly.
that sucks, bro.
That sucks, dude. Like, how do you expect people to afford a loaf of bread if you're gonna increase inflation at the same? If inflation increases, right? You're not gonna increase inflation; it just happens. If inflation increases and you're not giving the people more purchasing power, how is that helping the economy?
You're really robbing the people, the working class.
You're legitimately robbing the people while
Yeah.
you get to take 3 to 4 weeks off a month, and you come in for a 3 hour vote and then you're out, and you go on to talk about nonsense on your speeches, and you're not going to pass a bill that the people need. You know what I mean? And there's a little bit more hope this time around because obviously, Bitch McConnell's not in power. Like, he's still in the shadows. He's a lurker. He's a creepo ass lurker. But at the same time, some of these Democratic senators, bro, they don't have spines. They don't have the cojones to do the right thing. It's
I wonder,
funny.
bro, I wonder what it is, how to live a life of a lawmaker.
Dude, it's easy. Let me tell you.
Easy? I don't know,
Yeah.
man. Some of these people probably get like death threats.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But they have security detail,
Yeah.
right? In term, this is the reason why so much money pours into campaigns and why these
Yep.
positions are sought after is because of, like, if you've ever wanted to not work and still get paid, become a senator or a congressperson.
You got the law.
Because most of the time, like, half of these people got elected because of a popularity contest and over promising and under delivering. Plain and simple, right? Plain and simple. And the people who are actually doing the good work, they're getting shitted on because these people who are not working are kind of like, oh my god, why are they working? You know what I mean? Hella jelly, hella jelly, hella jelly. But yeah, for the COVID stimulus bill, we're seeing some protections for unemployment insurance, which is really good because, I mean, let's just be real here. I mean, the economy is not back in full force yet, right? This is the framework in order for us to get the economy back into effect. And if you're looking at it from a stock market perspective, this is good because we're going to see more money that are flowing into the hands of investors, us retail investors. And now we're a little bit smarter than we were last year, where we're just YOLOing everything. Now we're going to be more mindful with our trades, and we're going to be a lot more purposeful with every single stock that we pick, right? But with that being said, final trades, my guy.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm not gonna add on to Neo up until I see, some good earnings here. If
Mm-hmm.
it's strong earnings, then obviously, I might look into it this week. But I'm just gonna keep my position as is. I know Target. I know a few people are in Target in the Discord channel. Um, but I'm gonna look into Okta, Vroom, Snowflake, and Splunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. For me, it's gonna be as I said earlier, I'm gonna trim some Palantir, add to my calls, add to my leaps, um, roll over my Tesla position, give me another 2 weeks on that, and then the rest of that money is probably gonna go into like a nice swing on certain plays that I see that moved up after earnings. I'm not gonna hold them through earnings. I'm not gonna gamble like I used to. But I think what John said, Okta looks good, Splunk looks good. I mean, Vroom looks really nice. And then Thursday and Friday we have some big hitters too on Thursday and Friday. But for the most part, for the first 3 days, it's gonna be most likely Zoom, Clover, Splunk, Vroom, and Okta. And again, these are just plays that we're looking at. We're not actually doing this yet. And remember that we're just like everybody, this is what we're putting on our watch list, and there could be added some more. We're gonna announce all of this stuff in on our Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, please join the Discord. It is free, right? Shout out to the ice sandwich boys. I don't think this month is this month we're not gonna eat ice sandwiches, boys. I feel like we're gonna add some. Some people upgraded. Some people upgraded their ice sandwiches. Some people upgraded their ice sandwiches. Some people are actually putting salt and pepper in the ice. We're getting some flavor. We're getting some flavor in our ice sandwiches, boys. I
Don't
actually thought
worry.
about.
We're gonna upgrade from ice sandwiches to like a wagyu, burger or something. Just wait.
Something,
Just wait.
I've thought about toasting my bread before I putting my ice in the I might be able to afford some butter now.
It's coming. It's coming.
Oh my god! So I think the theme of March is recovery, and discipline and patience. Those three are the three key pillars of March. And I think if we adhere to that and stick to that, we're going to see a very fruitful April, because John showed me this chart. Historically, April is a boom month.
Yeah.
So March is a time to reload,
Yeah.
and get those plays ready
Yep.
for April, so that we can max out in April and then potentially just bag hold, because May starts to dip a little bit. But historically, March is a precursor to a big boom in April. Right. But with that being said, follow us on socials. Follow me at Trading Poppy. Follow John at John C Trades. Follow us both at Trading Daddies. Sometimes we respond together. We've been in conversations all at the same time. It's pretty fun. No, this is Nico. No, this is John. TradingDaddies.com for all your news, your merch, new episodes, all that hoopla. And please, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, so that you guys could definitely see our reactions to these stories. I mean, I'm not much to look at, but the reactions are pretty funny. And with that being said, let's get trading.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I forgot the contest. The contest is still going. So if you haven't hit our Instagram and you're not following the contest, you might be missing out on some nice Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is on I wouldn't say slump. It's on a downtrend. It's on a downtrend. By the time that we give out this Bitcoin, it might be moving back up again. So you might be seeing some nice movement, right? Don't be like a certain individual that we know that didn't buy the Bitcoin. He took the money and bought dividend stock, Ricky.
Oh. Okay. Woof, Ricky. Ricky.
But with that being said, let's get trading.
Yeah.